Oh, what is going on, everybody?
Hello.
It is Pixel Partners here, and welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney. When we left off, Mr. The Sherlock Holmes over here has gone on to one of his great deductions. There we go. I don't know if I was going to go deductive reasoning, so I was like, that's not it. It was too. I only taught the last video after it, but that's me inside. Yes, we found out that this what were they supposed to be named? I think it was in the save file when I was looking at it. Oh yeah, Roy Lott's room was actually the ballerina girl.
Yep.
But now we have to challenge Holmes's reasoning of whatever this crime that he's going to say now is, because it definitely can't be the fact that she kidnapped herself. That's not quite how that works. So what do you have to say today now, Holmes?
Gasp.
Now, as for the proof of the crime, it's right over there, is it not? As I expected, it appears that you have shown your hand, Miss Nicomina. When people are taken by surprise, they tend to reflexively shift their gaze. It is a classless tale, more eloquently and powerful than more words could ever convey. Yes, answer lies directly in your line of sight, so carelessly directed. The proof of your crime, Elemente, is that trunk. That girl is actually the ballerina. There's obviously no way she's packed up in that trunk right now.
Right. In fact, the idea that she was abducted at all is now disputable.
Ah. And what exactly is this girl's actual crime? Looks like I have no choice. I'll have to take the stage again.
Oh boy. Naruhodo, you're certainly enjoying all of this, aren't you? Jumping around the room and joining Mr. Holmes in his theatrics for the...
Oh, must be thrilling. Sorry.
Oh, must be thrilling.
Please stop teasing me. I was just in handcuffs a minute ago. Let me enjoy life. Anyway, some other evidence that reveals her true crime must be here somewhere. Let's look around. She's been drinking. Oh, tiara. Oh wait, the tiara, isn't that important to the thingy? Yeah, but we'll examine that quick. That's fancy.
Wow, it is. It's pretty.
This is the glittering tiara.
I've never seen them in person, but these must be diamonds. Naruhodo, you should try it on.
Huh? Why me? You're the girl here. Why don't you try it on instead?
Oh no, I couldn't. It's far too majestic for someone like me.
Come to think of it, this gem across the tiara seems familiar. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. And recently at that.
On some newspaper.
Yes. Is there anything else around here? I want to see if there's anything else I can investigate. How do I rotate? The waste paper bin. Look at it. It's obviously the garbage.
It's the waste paper bin for this cabin.
Shall we take a little peek inside?
Naruhodo! It's not polite to rummage around in other people's bins.
She's looking at me like I'm the only waste around here.
Well, I suppose we can make an exception due to the circumstances.
That's right, the circumstances, of course. Yep, that's trash. There's nothing in rubbish in here at all, waste paper otherwise.
That is rather disappointing.
Okay, well, anyways, rotate.
It's like in Pokemon when you check the trash cans, because sometimes you'll find things in them.
Oh yeah, be like, you found an Ultra Ball. Who the fuck threw that away?
Yeah, right.
Woo! Got it. The proof of your crime, elementary, it's that tiara.
Yep.
This must be the... Oh wait, it's Holmes now. He can't run nowhere. This must be the tiara used on stage by the Novovich Ballet Company, right?
There he goes.
It bears a striking resemblance to the one you can see on this news article. According to the article, this tiara is valued at 20,000 rubles. In other words, that would make the nature of your crime grand larceny. You pilfered that tiara from the ballet school you were a member of, didn't you?
Dang.
Fix the hat. There you go.
I am all alone. No allies, no friends. I am needing money to survive. But I did not steal tiara. That is not true. A Prussian earl gave it to me. It belongs to me now.
A 15-year-old girl seeking asylum all on her own. I can't imagine how scared and alone she must feel.
Are you happy? I have told you everything.
No, Not yet.
Huh?
There's still another mystery left to unravel.
I do not understand.
Oh my god. You have obstinately refused to request my request to open that trunk and examined. Surely you must have some sort of important reason to do so.
Why do lights keep turning on and off when you snap fingers?
Is that not the case, Miss Nicomina?
I must keep secrets.
Oh wait, that's me.
Oh.
I must keep secrets from this man, you think to yourself. But it is futile. I've only found a way to infer the contents of the trunk, you see. Ah, good grief. You're not much of a criminal, are you? Your line of sight betrayed your secret so easily. Yes, the answer lies directly in your line of sight, so carelessly directed. The reason you can't allow us to open this trunk is written in the books on the shelf. Mr. Holmes' deductions totally changed from what he was saying before.
I assume you must have changed directions to take our new deductions into account.
Even so, he just blurted out that it must be the books on the cabin shelf. Something more than a random guess. It's painfully obvious.
I wonder if that's really the case.
I mean, no matter what her reason is for refusing access to the trunk, how could it possibly be written anywhere in those books? It's too convenient.
You may be right, but Nicomina did unmistakably steal a glance in that general direction.
So you're saying the reason she refused to open the trunk lies somewhere within her line of sight this time, too?
Right. We need to make the same assumption this time around.
Why won't she open that trunk? The answer to that question has to lie somewhere in her line of sight.
She's looking over here.
Huh. So there's
What's
the
the
notice. There's the books on the shelf, and there's a painting. Well, let's go ahead and examine the notice. I can't remember what it says.
It's in Russian. The SS Eau Claire's boarding regulations are written here. Do not store any dangerous things such as weapons or animals in the cabins.
The same was just posted in our cabin. I was gonna say something earlier. I think it's probably the snake in there.
Yeah, same.
After she was revealed to be her, I was like, the thing moving must be the snake.
Yeah.
What do you think would happen to us if we broke these rules?
Why, I'm sure it would be something quite terrible. Such as being thrown overboard into the freezing cold ocean. Or perhaps we might be confined inside some terribly narrow wardrobe.
It's beginning to sound like I've been taking this punishment for quite a while. Ooh, iron door. But that's not going to be
No.
it. Table. Yeah, I definitely think it's probably going to be this.
Yeah. So you don't even
I hit the examine button again.
You don't
Dang
even
it.
want to look at the books then?
I mean, you can look at... well, I mean, the books are obviously the wrong thing,
Yeah.
So we can only go
true.
for the notice.
Here he goes.
The reason you can't let us open the trunk is written on the notice. Do not store any dangerous things such as weapons or animals in the cabins. Something inside this trunk is prohibited on this ship.
I like how he just jumps in. Like, oh yes, that's what I was doing.
Because of this, you cannot risk opening the trunk and allowing us to examine its contents. Earlier we noticed that the trunk moved on its own. If you had a weapon inside in there, that wouldn't explain the trunk's movement. And so the only one possibility remains.
Look at those
Miss
two.
Nicomina inside that trunk.
Look at them. Oh my god.
You're harboring other things that can be kept in cabins. An animal.
Fix the hat.
There we go. We're good. Back in character and action. Nailed it.
Look at those two.
Good job, guys.
Freaking JoJo poses.
Elementary. So you're actually...
Grimsey Royalets is not my real name.
Really?
It is Nikomina Borsovich, just as you say.
You disappeared from the ballet school mid-performance in order to flee Russia. And last night, you stealthily made your way aboard this ship. Stealthily? The SS Eau Claire is a colossal steamship. Is it even possible to board this ship without anyone noticing?
For real.
You hastily disguised yourself as an old man in hopes of hiding your true identity. And you decided to chop off that long blonde hair of yours along with the rest of your past. However, a woman's hair is her crowning glory. It's precious enough to be considered a life.
I mean...
If it were me, I would have refused to cut it off and struggled to find another way. But if that's the case, then... what was that distressed cry we all heard coming from this cabin? Why, the distressed yet beautiful bell-like peal of this lovely lady's cries, naturally. That was one loud bell then.
I escaped from Shanghai in fear. I know they searched for me. I put on disguise so no one can find me. And you ended up taking on the role of a fairly suspicious old man, I see. After I put on beard and hat, I saw newspaper. Inside was my picture. I was so scared I shouted without thinking. If I do not do more to change appearance, they will find me. I know the need to cut off hair, so I grabbed scissors.
And it was precisely at that moment that we entered the cabin.
I suppose circumstances like these really do happen every once in a while.
Indubitably! Such is the current situation. This is all a lot more confusing than it needed to be.
Yeah. Excuse me, Nicomina, but there is one last thing I would like to ask. Just what is it that you've been hiding in that trunk? Inside, my precious friend hides. Please, please keep secret from captains, sailors, everyone.
Well, I suppose that's fine, however. Only if you speak with us of the events that transpired last night. Understood?
Yes, I am talking. So what do you think, Naruhodo? We were able to witness the great deductions of Sherlock Holmes firsthand.
To be perfectly honest, I think that I'm still a little confused over which part of this is the great deduction. At any rate, at least we can hear what Nikomina has to say now. That's amazing. That's right, it certainly is quite amazing.
She's like, Jesus, you scared me.
Ah, that's right, I almost forgot about you. Yes, what is it?
Don't put them back on.
Take a look at your hands again. My hands?
Ah!
Son of a bitch!
Ah! The handcuffs are back on again.
What did this? How? As promised, I put them right back where they belonged in a jiffy. Why did you even do that?
The suspicions cast upon you have not yet been considered cleared, after all. We don't have much choice in the matter. I hope you understand.
I suppose. Do we really not?
At any rate, we ought to listen to what Nikomina has to say. Personally speaking, I am curious about this mysterious speckled band that Cosimo witnessed.
Yes. Talk. Let's. Last night. So take it you're aware that a murder occurred in the cabin next door?
Yes, sailors tell me during breakfast.
The one who died was our friend.
That is true?
That's why we're trying to gather information right now, for his sake. Did you notice anything unusual last night?
Something that sounded like a conversation or anything?
Well, the sound of a ship overtaken by a raging storm, a huge explosion from the engine?
Dude.
I think everyone would have noticed something like that.
Anyway, did you hear anything, Nikomina? I am knowing nothing. I was not thinking of anything but me. I am knowing nothing at all.
I see. Okay, well, about your defection. So you ran away from the Novovich Ballet Company, is that right?
Yes. I go to Great British Empire. From there, I board ferry to America. I am done with ballet. I want to start new life.
You say you're done with ballet. But you still decided to bring this tiara along.
Tiara is mine. I need tiara to live. I make no money from ballet group. I get only food and water. From country to country, only dance all day. I had to run to protect self. And so you chose to seek asylum, right? Sailors on the ship are my friends. They let me on board, give me empty cabin.
But if that's the case, there's still one thing that doesn't quite fit.
Yes, I see it too, Mr. Holmes. What do you think, Naruhodo?
Oh, yes, of course. We should ask Nicomina about that. I have no idea what they're talking about. Might I inquire one thing? I'll take that as a yes. According to this article, you only just disappeared yesterday.
I'll take that as a yes. I'll take your cowering pose in silence as a yes.
So, that means the only time you could have boarded this ship was last night. However, the SSR Claire did not weigh anchor at that harbor last night. Now that you mention it. So how in the world did you manage to board this ship?
Come to think of it, the sailor in the hallway was behaving a little strangely, wasn't he? It was after we asked him when Mr. Roylett had boarded.
You're not needing that information.
Oh yeah.
Good flashback. That's what he said, if I remember right.
Gracefully descending onto the stage like a snow-white angel.
What was that all about?
It's about me. It was written in theater review in Russian newspaper. I am gracefully descending onto ship 2. I am Angel after all.
Huh? That's quite the groundbreaking claim you're making concerning your limited English.
I wonder if all Westerners are as boldly spoken as Mr. Holmes and young Nicomina here.
Like a god amongst men, he gracefully takes the knowledge of the world. They have written such things about me as well.
Oh my god.
But that's in The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, a serialized, exaggerated novel.
Very exaggerated.
At any rate, she doesn't look like she has any intention of telling us the truth of how she got on board.
Friend.
Our friend's dead. So Nikomina's friend is in the trunk? Mine's in a casket.
Oh my god!
Oh man. Oh god. Okay.
Wow.
Anyways, Susanoo.
Wow. Jeez. That was so dark.
It was a little bit.
But a little? But this ship forbids animals from being brought on board. Please, please keep secret. Do not tell anyone on ship. If they find out...
Then those brawny Russian sailors will grab that trunk and throw it into the sea. You're so mean, Mr. Holmes.
So, this friend, is it a puppy perhaps?
No. Or maybe an adorable little rabbit? Aha! You think Russians... I don't know why I almost went Russian there for a second. Ha! You think Russia has adorable little rabbits bouncing around the tundra? What? You mean they don't? I'm assuming not. But how should I know?
Oh my god.
Right. Neither of you are even close to the mark. By friend, she must mean... I've got it without a shadow of a doubt. It must be a chicken.
It's not a chicken.
Well, just think about it. It wakes you up in the morning with its loud crow and it lays eggs every day. And if push comes to shove, you can just roast it up and have it as a little meal, right?
Oh my god.
Something tells me you're not exactly treating that chicken as a friend.
It's not chicken.
Well, after all is said and done, the fact remains that the identity of a friend is unknown. Ha ha ha! I knew it. She's still wary of us. So I feel like there's something I should be showing Nicomina. Not sure exactly what, though. I know what to show.
The diary?
Yeah. Look at this diary that Susanoo keeps saying I shouldn't show to anyone because it's Brevity Beach, but here's it for you to see, too. This is the journal that belonged to my friend who passed away.
Journal?
He wrote about seeing something last night and we're curious about it. 1 hour and 23 minutes after midnight. I heard a sound like a low whistle. And then, 1 hour and 35 minutes after midnight, I saw a speckled band at the air duct.
Speckled band?
This cabin's air duct is linked to the cabin next door. You can see it right up there.
In other words, this cabin and the victim's cabin are connected. Oh. This is...
Yeah.
Nicomina, do you know anything at all about this? About the low whistle the victim heard, or anything about this speckled band? No. I am knowing nothing. Oh, that's you.
I see.
That's a lie.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Please excuse me. I need a moment, Mr. Roylott.
Whoa, that was fast.
That was quick. I just want to be like...
What is it?
What the fuck? How did she do that so fast? The captain wants to talk with you about something. Please go to captain's quarters as soon as possible.
Understood. We'll come at once.
What is it?
Do not ask me that. You must leave now.
Please don't worry about us.
We will be fine, Mr. Roylott.
Quit playing!
You heard them. Get out or I throw you out myself. Looks like we won't be able to continue inspecting the cabin right now.
Yikes. This is quite unfortunate.
And just like that, we were forcefully removed from the cabin. We didn't even have a second to investigate before we were thrown out of the room. Quite literally thrown out. To be continued.
Ooh.
This gives me a chance to save before something horrible happens.
Oh, God.
Oh, God, computer. Thankfully, you've survived so far somehow.
Somehow.
Save. So that way if something goes wrong, we don't have to go through 20 minutes of torture to get there. All right. Nothing January. It says, oh,
again with the freaking
class
assault rifle sounding thing. I can't believe he threw us out.
And I can't believe we didn't manage to learn anything about that speckled band.
Not being able to fully investigate that cabin didn't help matters either. Worst of all, now that sailor is watching us even more closely than he was before.
More like he's staring daggers at me. Oh, come to think of it.
What's the matter?
Where did that great detective of yours run off to?
Ah, now that you mention it, I haven't seen him skulking about for a while now.
When did he slip away? He definitely cuffed me again and then vanished into thin air. Would you like to talk, sir? Oops, wrong way. Hello, let's talk. Let's
Hello.
chat. Hello, let's chat. We want to investigate Nikomina's cabin. Well, now you look like you are really wanting something. Yeah? Are you looking to be thrown out of this cabin again, friend? No, I assure you, that is certainly not the case at all. Next time I have to toss you out, you go straight into ocean. Do not forget it.
Oh, God.
I'll be sure to remember that. I don't think I should be getting anywhere near that door until he forgets what I look like.
I don't exactly think he'll be forgetting that anytime soon.
If only I could put on a costume, if only. Alright, should I go back into the other room? I think that's about the only thing that they want us to do. Or are we gonna... We'll run through that door. That's what we'll do.
Oh, wait, it's the thing.
Yeah, I wonder why that's new again. I can see an old oversized ledger book and a pen on the desk over there.
Apparently it's some kind of logbook.
Yes. Well, shall we take a look inside then?
Wow, everything about this voyage is detailed in such beautiful writing. Yeah, we
Yeah,
already learned
I already thought this old sea dog loves the hand ran.
This is odd. It looks like the page for last night is almost completely blank.
So in other words, the crew members noticed nothing out of the ordinary last night. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, that's still the same.
Yeah, why was that?
thing.
Why was that new again?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe you forgot to check it when we had to catch back up before.
Maybe, but there are other things that were also seen that are still check marked.
I don't know.
So I don't know. This door is second class cabins. Yeah, it's locked. It won't budge.
Well, that makes sense. After all, they're not going to just let a suspected murderer waltz right out of their
Custody.
You keep
Sorry.
going before I'm
Sorry,
done.
I thought we'd already seen this one too. So she looked me right in the eye. She said that. All right, that's boring. All right, I guess we'll go back to the other room. First class, cabin 1. This is our room.
It was never your room. It's Kazuma's room.
Huh?
We've done that before
Oh, yeah.
already too. This was really claiming on the wardrobe. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's so cryptic I could barely even fit inside. That's life of a stowaway.
We're just
That reminds me.
rehashing
I don't
things.
think Usagi was found. It includes Usagi's cabin yet. I don't know. I think that's new.
Can always head inside and compare notes with him about the investigation again.
That's probably what we'll do. I just remembered that there's a move button.
yeah.
There's a move button. Sorry, we haven't done that in a while. Can't go there. All right, Usagi's cabin. Usagi. How are things going, Hosonaga? Wait, you're not Hosonaga. Where'd Hosonaga go? Where is he?
Well, he's supposed to be in here, so calm down.
Look like they're still investigating the scene.
That reminds me. What if Detective Hosonaga is still alive?
What do you mean by that?
Naruhodo, have you forgotten already? In order to grant you, a prisoner, the opportunity to investigate freely, he said something like, I will give my very life if only to persuade the captain.
Oh, you're right. He did say that. Well, I figured to give my very life part was just an exaggeration. Should we go check on him with him then? Might have some new information for us. So is he not here? There's all this stuff. There's a Russian friend. There's the desk again. Now there's no.
There he is.
Oh, hey, there you are. You're just hiding away from sight. Hello. Let's talk.
Whoa.
Oh God.
He got beat up. Oh my, oh no.
Welcome back. Detective Hosonaga?
What's happened to you? Your face looks terrible.
Yes. Please don't be alarmed. Ow. It's just a few bumps and bruises. I don't think I'd describe that as just a few bumps and bruises at all.
No.
As I was reporting to the captain in regards to the permission I gave you to investigate, the crew started jeering me for it. Punch him in the face and throw him overboard.
What?
Soon, though, they decided to be connected with only the punches. Content with only the punches. As you can see now, they connected with them too.
They connected their fists with my face.
That's all it was, though. Nothing to be worried about.
I guess he wasn't joking about when he said he put his life on the line.
Jeez. Thanks to you, we now understand the situation in the neighboring cabin much better.
So I've heard.
Huh?
Just a little earlier, a man billing himself as a great detective informed me of the events.
Oh.
As I recall, I believe he said his name was V. Sherlock Holmes or something similar.
I knew it. That man is everywhere.
Anyway, since we're all here, would you like to compare notes? Yes, a wonderful idea.
Oh, I think.
Oh, I guess I said that.
Yeah.
Never mind. Cabin next door.
Can you believe it? Nicomina Bosevich is in the cabin right next to us.
Oh, you know who she is?
For the love of ballet, it would be impossible not to have heard of that lovely fairy.
And he
dear.
dies.
No.
He got mad at me.
Moving on, it's settled that the adjacent cabin is no relation to the incident.
Why do you say that?
The lovely fairy could not possibly do evil.
You got mad at me again.
Excuse me, but has the investigation on this side made any further advancements?
To be perfectly honest, there's no much we're able to do right now. We have our hands full ensuring the scene stays untouched until the Hong Kong police arrive. We've been told to keep an eye on things and not to lift our watch for even a second.
I see.
Oh, I almost forgot. I do have one new piece of information.
No?
Please tell us anything you can.
New information.
Was it a snake bite, perhaps?
So what is this new information?
Yes, see for yourself.
That looks like a document.
There's a report that was written on the ship's dock to this that after his examination of the corpse.
The Sogi's post-mortem.
Kazuma,
So?
How did he die?
The fatal injury should be listed in the report.
His neck was broken, it seems.
Yes, about that. As we observed before, the victim had no visible external injuries. Initially, it was presumed that the cause of death was poison, however. The doctor's report states that there wasn't a single trace of poison in his body.
Then what was the murder weapon?
It cannot be determined since there were no external injuries. I think it may have been bludgeoned with some kind of blunt object that left no wound.
I see.
What? The central nervous system connects to the body through the cervical vertebrae. If one received a strong blow there, the death without visible injury is not unlikely.
Isogi.
Here, I made a copy of the post-mortem report. Please feel free to take it with you.
Huh? Is that really alright?
It'll be fine. What more could happen to me? Because I believe in you.
Aww!
If I didn't, I would not have approved of your stepping foot outside of this cabin to begin with. Right?
Yeah, that's true. Post-mortem. Okay, it was trauma to the cervical vertebrae. No traces of violence or poison.
That's... So it couldn't have been a snake bite then. They would have found it.
No, yeah.
And they would have found venom in his system. Oh, so Mr. Holmes came by again while you were gone?
Obviously, the snake strangled him. Just wrapped around his neck.
I mean, maybe.
Depends how big the snake is, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright, Mr. Holmes, that name.
Yes, he seemed content inspecting the floor. In fact, he even crawled about for a bit. But after just a few minutes, he gave up and left. He seemed rather restless and impatient.
Did that great detective say anything at all?
Now that you mention it, he did say one thing in a very loud, boisterous voice. This is shoe polish, he announced for all the world to hear.
Shoe polish? Oh, what that's all about.
Zarkota was over there when he said it, around where that broken bell is.
Oh, so that's what that dark liquid is.
Yes, he.
Oh, was he referring to those brownish red marks on the floor, Detective?
Ah, yes, that's right.
But how do you know it was shoe polish?
I haven't the foggiest. When I asked, her reply was so convoluted it made my head spin.
I once drank shoe polish.
There's nothing wrong, Susato?
Come to think of it, Kazuma had been wearing a pair of lace-up brownish red knee-high boots.
Brownish red. I remember those boots. It was a red so dark they almost seemed black.
He often tended to them with a polish that was a color much like red wine.
Ah, so then that'd make these marks of Isogi shoe polish. Fancy.
I'm afraid this is all I can offer to speak about. And it's all I'll speak about for another 23 and a half hours. Until next time.
Oh man, we've come a long way.
Yeah, we have. But we are back in our handcuffs because Sherlock Holmes turned into Sherlock Copperfield over here.
I like to think that he took him off just so he could do the poses with him.
Probably that's
Just so he could do the dramatic deduction poses, and he's like, "All right, you're not gonna be doing that anymore." So here you go.
Yeah, it's like, all right, that was fun. Here you go, back to the sun you go.
Great show, great show.
Good show, sir.
Oh boy.